preseason, and we're going to see Mark Andrews, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. Buckle up. There's football coming your way, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talked about storylines on this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And able to get this out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When you look at this defense, there are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So in prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. And he's going to get this down near the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool him with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. In motion, the tight end. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Now the opening drive of the game yields 3. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He might take this all the way. Oh, he nearly took it the distance. Not quite though. What a great return as they finally corral him inside the 5 at the 3.
All praises for a tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
So quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3. Hurts. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Ball placed at the 45 for second and 5. In motion goes the tight end. Second and 5. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back to throw now on first down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This second and 4. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd and 4. Going right side here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll set up a throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves him at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it.
Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a first down coming up. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. Play action. Here's Hurts.
Oh, he stays up.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Coverage that time by Isaiah Oliver.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Fielded just inside the 20. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
One back
in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The home team's offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more. Hurts sets up to throw it, and he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Short throw, that's caught by Davis. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stuffed the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. From the gun, it's Hurts. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork, we saw a good job defensively to recover. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing is Hurts. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
He'll look to throw. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Brings up second and goal at the 5.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw again on second down. Hurts. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Prater's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 yards to go, second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They'll get this to Bell.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Parker, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
One more go for this offense in the first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Hurts.
To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Packers.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The home team's offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They go play action with Hurts. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
From the gun to give to Mixon.
He'll get it across midfield down to the 49.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now back to throw.
And this one complete again to Mims.
And this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They run for it with Mixon. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And as a result, possession switches hands. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He'll send the slot in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
He'll try again.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Moody good with the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards on that play.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Swings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Throwing is Hurts.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd and a yard at the 13-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Hurts. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And the return just out across the 15 to the 16. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught by Richardson.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Back to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And touchdown. A big play there. 92 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Our home team, 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance.
And shutting him off now, open field.
He's still on his feet.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 72 yards. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How about the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 69 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Back to throw here. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Here's Mayfield. Short throw, that's caught by Davis. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Dumps it off to Mixon. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard.
From the gun, Mayfield.
Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Mayfield with it once more. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Marquise Brown, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in for the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Shreds the tackle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The offense on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. The slot man in motion right. 2nd and 9 now. They'll get this to Bell. So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Inside handoff to Dixon. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. To throw, Mayfield. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mayfield now. It's complete to Brown, right side. Here's 3rd and 3. Mayfield looks to throw. That is caught. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing, Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Short throw, that's caught by Davis. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mayfield on play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. Here's 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 7.
Mayfield. He'll go right back to Lamb. Here's 1st down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Mayfield.
His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Here's Baker.
He's got it. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this again?
Encroachment. Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
What a finish.